Hello again, everyone. Welcome to Rome Business Radio. This is the Rome Floyd Chamber Small Business Spotlight. We are broadcasting from the Hardy Realty Studios, and we work in cooperation with the Rome News Tribune. I am Roger Manus with Rome Business Radio.
I'm Thomas Kislet from the Chamber.
Hi, Thomas. How are you?
Good. How are you, Roger? Great.
Yucky weather today as we tape this.
But everybody's here, so that's a good thing.
Yeah.
Hey, Roger, we have a great group today. That's the first time we have like more than 4 people here at the show. So it's just that warms my heart. You know, it's cold outside, it's warm in here. So I'm so pleased to see all these smiling faces. And I'm just gonna go around our little Zoom room here and introduce everybody. And then I send it over to you, Roger, and then you do your questions. So we have Denise Turner from Pic-O-Deli. If you just want to wave to everybody, Denise.
Hi, how are y'all? Good morning.
How are you? Then we have a brand new member just joined the family last week, because here we are family members at the Chamber. Nichole Anderson from Rome Healthplan Advisors. Hey, Nichole.
Hey.
How you doing? Hey,
I'm good.
Then we have Susan McDaniel from Maxair Mechanical from Marietta, right? Hey, Susan.
Hi.
Good to see you.
Good morning.
Next, we have Jamie Doss from Ameriprise, former mayor. Hey, Jamie.
Hey, hello, everyone.
Next, we have the lovely Kristi Kent from the Rome. It had 2 names: Rome Tourism or the Greater Rome Convention and Visitors Bureau. I should know that, Kristi. Hey,
yeah. Good morning from the Georgia's Rome Office of Tourism.
Hey, and then also a brand new member, and he is in his soft opening phase right now. But we have the ribbon cutting there next week. Brandon Pletcher from Blue Pig. Hey, Brandon. Well, he's not there right now.
He just popped away for just a second. Hopefully.
Okay. And then we have Bruce Rife from Midian Roofing. Hey, Bruce, good to see you.
Good morning to you.
Good morning, everybody.
Good morning.
Hi, I think Brandon just popped back in here. We're on Zoom. I made a joke before we got started that on the gallery view on Zoom, it looks like the Brady Bunch open, the way the boxes are stacked. But hello, everybody. Thank you so much for joining us. I don't know where to start, but maybe let's just go back around the room again and kind of tell everybody a little bit about your business. Denise, let's start with you at Pic-O-Deli. Got a new location opening soon.
We do. By March 1st. It's Pic-O-Deli cafeteria at Riverside. So we'll have 100 more seats than we have at the old location, and hoping to do a few new things at the restaurant.
But the old location is not going away, is it?
No, it'll still be open, business as usual. The menus will be the same. We're going to have the same cooks at the new location as we have at the old location. So they've been doing our recipes for a long time.
And I've been there many, many, many times. Okay, let's check in quickly here with Nichole at Rome Healthplan Advisors. You're basically independent insurance agent, Nichole, is that right?
I am. I'm actually a broker, so that means I write for a whole lot of different people. So my niche is Medicare. I love taking care of our seniors. There's a lot of information out there when you turn 65, and hey, I'm just here to help navigate all of those areas for you to find out if you get extra help and all of those cool things that no one really tells you about.
Yeah, that's right. The stuff they don't teach you in school.
Yes.
Okay, Susan with Maxair Mechanical. How are you?
Hi there. I'm fine. Maxair is a commercial mechanical contractor. We have quite a few business interests in the Rome area, hence our joining the Rome Chamber of Commerce. And I'm just so happy to be with you all today. Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate you joining us. Jamie, Ameriprise Financial, you basically tell people what to do with their money, right?
Yes, sir. And I've been with the company over 35 years. I'm a native Roman, and I love what I do.
Well, that's great. Well, if you're a native Roman, you don't really need a lot of information from the tourism folks, do you?
Oh, well, we got a great tourism office. They do a wonderful job.
Yeah, Kristi, tell us a little bit about Rome tourism.
We most people are familiar with our office because they visit the Welcome Center and the gift shop that's on Jackson Hill, right across from Applebee's, and we represent over 100 local artists at that gift shop. And of course, we provide a lot of information for visitors, but we also help residents who want to know a little bit more about their town and things that they can do. And we also run the History Museum that is on Broad Street. And there's also a History Museum gift shop there. But we have 5 different markets that we support. We are 100% funded by hotel motel tax. So we are in the job of getting people to come and spend the night here in Rome. And we like to think of those visitors as temporary taxpayers. Their money helps to support our SPLOS funds. They help to drive money into our local economy. And so that's what our tourism office really works really hard every day to do.
That's a good phrase, temporary taxpayers. That would be some politicians should coin that as, wouldn't it be great if we were all just temporary taxpayers and everything? Anyway, I digress. Brandon from Blue Pig, you with us?
I am.
Thanks for joining us. Tell us a little bit about Blue Pig.
Okay, so Blue Pig is a woodworking company. We're veteran founded. We do custom interior designs, tables, barn doors, etc. And we just opened up a retail space called the Combat Market. And in the Combat Market, every item we sell either comes from a veteran-owned company or is made by veterans. And then a portion of their profits and our profits go to local law enforcement, charities, as well as veteran service organizations.
Well, that sounds fantastic. What branch did you serve?
I did almost 10 years in the United States Marine Corps.
Well, thank you for your service.
Thank you.
And we'll check in with Bruce Rife finally at Midian Roofing. Hi, Bruce.
Hey, good morning.
Tell us about Midian Roofing.
Sure, love to. A lot of you are familiar with Midian's been here for 20 years now. We just celebrated our 20th anniversary. We had a great celebration here at our office. If you missed it, you missed some good varsity food. We do everything from small roof repairs to residential, commercial, industrial. So we've had a blessed year this year, and we're thankful for each one of our customers.
Well, you mentioned you've had a blessed year. I want to go back around a little bit, and because Thomas, you've got us a good broad cross section of chamber here. We've got individuals and businesses, small businesses, bigger businesses. So this is a good conversation. Bruce, how did the pandemic affect you guys?
Well, actually, at first when it occurred, we did feel the impact a little bit. But it seems like that we had probably one of our most amazing years in 2020. The amount of work we had was unbelievable, and I think there's a few factors involved in that. Probably people being home and realizing problems that they had, and going ahead and getting them taken care of. But we have such a solid foundation and awesome president and TK. That we were able to push through it.
Yeah, I guess a lot of people working from home also took advantage of that time to do some of those home projects, clean out the closets or repair their roof, redo their landscaping, what have you. But Denise at Pic-O-Deli, obviously, that's a face-to-face restaurant. You guys would have been hit. And in fact, you had to close down the East Rome location for a few months, as I recall. Is that correct?
We closed down. We were only closed for 1 week.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
And then we did drive-through for a couple months. The restaurant inside was closed down, and we set up a makeshift drive-through and did that for a couple months. Yes, it did affect us a lot the first 2 months, but really the rest of the time we've been pretty much business as usual.
Yeah, just you found a new plan to adjust.
Right. Yes. I mean, it's been a lot of adjustments, a lot of plexiglass and face mask and social distancing and all of that. I had to kind of rearrange the way we do business, but as far as sales go, we've been very blessed.
Well, good. So, and what's the strategy behind the new location? You guys have been a institutional landmark, for lack of a better word, and now opening up another place.
Right. Well, we are, like I said, it's going to be pretty much the same menu, same everything. We are going to eventually have a drive-through there. We are hiring the next couple of weeks, and we're hoping to be open by March 1st.
Great. Can't wait. Nichole, what have been some of your issues at Rome Healthplan Advisors, if any, through the pandemic? Face-to-face meetings have probably been out the door for a while, but as you try to meet with clients, but has your business been affected? How have you worked around it?
It actually hasn't either. I had one of my best years. I actually got an office on Riverside Parkway. So yeah, I'm looking forward to the Pic-O-Deli being right down the street for me. But yeah, it didn't affect me. Look, luckily we have some great seniors. I tried to make it safe for them. I told them, hey, I'm wiping everything down in between each client. And I just had some really great clients that came in that weren't afraid. And so we really had a great year. I mean, it was probably one of my best AEPs that I ever had. So I was very fortunate.
Wow, I love hearing that. Susan at Maxair Mechanical, how did the pandemic hit you guys?
Well, initially we had some construction projects that were put on hold, and we were nervous about office inspections. So we have a lot of our businesses tied up in doing inspections on HVAC equipment for individual offices and office buildings. So with everybody basically being quarantined at home, we had some trouble initially getting in to do those inspections. But once people came back to work, I'd say about June 1st, our business started booming. There is no limit to air conditioning and heating. Right now we're in the middle of heating season, and we're getting calls. We're getting plumbing calls. We're getting automation calls like crazy. Just people trying to keep their systems working.
Wow, that's good news. Good for you. Jamie at Ameriprise Financial, I guess people still have to put their money to work for them. But were you running into situations where people did not have as much money that they could put to work for them because of paycheck hits or things like that? Or was it okay?
It was fine. There's a big emphasis now on virtual meetings. And Ameriprise uses the Microsoft Teams platform. And so it definitely has been different, but I cannot complain. We persevered and had a good year.
Well, Kristi, you mentioned that Rome Tourism is funded by, as you know, the temporary taxpayer. Obviously, during the pandemic, the hotels took a hit. Weddings got pushed back a year. So, things where people might be, and other things, conventions, what have you. How have you guys kind of meandered through this worldwide pandemic?
Yeah, I think that Floyd County is very fortunate in that we didn't have a single hotel shut down during the pandemic. We had some neighboring counties that were not so lucky. As I mentioned before, we have several different markets that our office supports to drive overnight stays to Rome. We have the sports market, the leisure market, meetings and conventions, film, and weddings. And of course, the meetings and conventions market, pretty much came to nothing during the pandemic. Sports continue to be strong because tennis was and is a sport that is deemed relatively safe to play. And there's a lot of social distancing and safety guards that are kind of natural in the sport. So we've been able to continue doing tennis tournaments. We have 5 tournaments that are coming up before the ACC tournament in April. So we did continue to play tennis. We have always been a drive market for people that love our history and outdoors. We have a lot of leisure tours that you can take on your own in a social distance way. And we just have a beautiful town that people love to visit. We have tons of trails. And so the leisure market has continued to stay strong in terms of the drive market. We've been very fortunate in that. The film industry actually has continued to go on as well. We have scouts that we talk to nearly on a daily basis. And the film industry has continued to move on and plan. And so we're always working with them for potential future filming in Rome. And then also the wedding market, as you mentioned, that slowed down a lot. But people are just doing smaller weddings right now. We manage the trolley, and we've had several rentals for smaller weddings, smaller groups, which is as it should be. So we are very positive, and we do have a lot of good business going on here in Rome, and we're very fortunate for the diversity of business that we have.
Well, yeah, that's great. That's all great news. We had a podcast recently where I remember they were talking about the wedding industry, and yes, it slowed down, but they also thought maybe in 2021 the wedding industry will double because all those 2020 weddings got pushed, but the 2021 weddings were going to happen too. Or of course, as you mentioned, adjusting and having smaller weddings, but people are still going to get married.
Yeah, and you're right. That's what our office was really encouraging people to do, not to cancel, but to postpone. Yeah. So we were glad to see a lot of that did happen.
Brandon, at Blue Pig Furniture, how did the pandemic affect y'all?
We're probably one of the anomalies. Actually, when the pandemic hit, about 2 months into it, our business actually started going through the roof. I don't know if it was everyone was sitting at home in quarantine and deciding, hey, I really want a new table, or I want to change the way my house looks. But we're fortunately one of the anomalies that it was actually really good for our business, and is what led to us being able to open up the combat market.
And where are you guys located? On Glen Milner, I think?
Yeah, we're at 202 Glen Milner. Some of you who are native to Rome or been here a while will probably remember it as the Just Tommy Benz mechanic shop, right next to Velocity. So we've had to put a lot of work into the building to get it to where it needs to be.
Well, good. Thomas, thoughts on the chamber about this group you've assembled for us today?
Well, it's a great mix of people, and that's what the chamber is all about. So, and what we want to do, we want to connect all of these dots and all of these great folks together, and take advantage of each other. So you never know, when you need a new roof, you never know when you have folks in town and you need a roof for them to put them under, and we need heating right now. So it's a great group of people, and I want them to connect. And the chamber is here as we are like a big family, and everybody pays a membership due, and I want them to take full advantage of that. And I just told Nichole last week when we met, come to all of our meetings and do all little things that we do. It helps your business grow, and that's what we want to do, and that's what we're here for. And then I'm glad we doing new things like that, and that's awesome. Something that's a silver lining, I guess. Podcasts, we never did those before, and it's just easy. Everybody is in their office, and we don't have to drive, and we just meet here via Zoom. Yes, it's not face to face, but we get adjusted to it, and it's a fun way to connect.
Well, and that's a line of questioning I want to take around the Zoom room here one more time. Is you talk about growing business and connecting and building relationships, but you're all in different situations, obviously. So Denise, we'll start with you here. Pic-O-Deli has been around forever, and everybody kind of knows Pic-O-Deli. But what else do you do to market yourself? To get the word out there? Do you advertise? Do you do social media? Just how do you let people know what's going on in Pic-O-Deli world?
We do. We have a Facebook. It's of course Pic-O-Deli, and then we have a website that's Pic-O-Deli Cafeteria, and we do some advertising, obviously, on the radio and in the newspaper. I think we had a story in the newspaper this morning.
Well, plus in your situation, word of mouth. When the food is good, people talk about, hey,
Yeah. I think that they've been here for so long. It's funny to me, though, that I have people come in and eat every day that say they had never been to Pic-O-Deli before. And I'm like, that's amazing to me. And in a town this size, that, there are still people who haven't eaten at Pic-O-Deli. So. Well,
I can tell you this, in my family, when you guys announced your second location, I have 4 sisters. So there's 5 of us adult siblings. The link to the story got shared among us very quickly. We tagged each other on Facebook.
Well, thank you very much. I appreciate that.
Hey, there's a new Pic-O-Deli coming. So and it's been a constant family staple when we have kind of a family thing and nobody wants to cook. Well, let's just order up a bunch from Pic-O-Deli. Okay, Nichole, you're in a situation where I think you just said you just kind of opened your first office location on Riverside.
Correct.
Are you a new member of the chamber?
I am. I just joined, I think, last week. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
but been doing insurance probably, this is my 9th year, and I'd always just kind of went house to house and worked out of my car. And so having a central location for myself has been great.
Sure.
And not just out of my car. And it's helped me to advertise a little bit better. Yeah.
So what do you do to market yourself? Other than maybe, I guess the best thing is a customer referring, but what else do you do?
Actually, I had a billboard sign right up above the new Pic-O-Deli where Fuddruckers was. I had that all during AEP. And now during this little time right here, we have another little special enrollment period. I am on the radio for the next 3 months on the Message 91.7. So I'm on them for a little while. And then, like I said, I have a website. It's Rome Healthplan Advisors.com. And just word of mouth. Yeah.
Yeah. It's especially, it's interesting. Every situation is a little bit different. Susan,
Yes.
Susan, how big are you guys? Like, how many employees do you have at Maxair?
We're just shy of about 300, and that includes sheet metal workers, pipe fitters, HVAC mechanics, and our office staff.
So,
Excuse me?
Go ahead.
Also, we're a part of a larger organization called Service Logic. They're a nationwide HVAC service provider.
So you're not really in the for lack of a better word, you're not retail. So in your industry, how do you get your word out about who you are? Who do you market yourself to?
Anybody who has a commercial air conditioning system would be subject to being a customer of ours. And we really do a lot of direct marketing. We have a staff of salespeople and project managers who work for the service company, and we go knock on doors. And that's how I've made a lot of introductions, and we've come up with some very good, strong business contacts in the Rome area. And I think joining the chamber was just invaluable. It just keeps us engaged in the area and keeps our name out there. And my partner in business, Britt Todd, is a native to Rome. He was born and raised there. So he and his wife help an awful lot as far as getting us kind of introduced to some of the businesses in the area. So it's been wonderful. The whole thing has just been great.
Thomas loves hearing about that chamber being very helpful.
It really helps us a lot.
Jamie, how do you market yourself at Ameriprise?
Well, certainly referrals is the best way, but also I've grown my LinkedIn family. I'm on Facebook. I use my website. So, for example, my LinkedIn group quadrupled last year, and it's a great way to introduce myself. So that's been great. In a city like Rome, small enough where you know a lot of people, you know who is good and who you can trust, and that's important.
What did we do before social media?
Good question.
Why didn't we think of that? Kristi, marketing tricks to the trade at Rome Tourism. How do you guys get the word out?
Yeah, so we, as I mentioned previously, we have so many different markets, so different target audiences, depends on our tactic. With our sports, meeting, conventions, and film, those are all heavily relationship based. You gain a reputation in each of those industries, and you want to keep that and you want to expand it. So strong relationships in all of those industries. As far as the weddings, we use the popular platforms, the Knot, Wedding Wire, that to help promote Rome and our trolley service. And then we also, for the leisure market, utilize all forms of media, traditional, online, search engine marketing. We try to get travel writers to write about Rome. We have a strong relationship with the state. They have a large connection. They have a large website that drives a lot of people to our website. And then we also have partnered with the chamber on some large buys when we're promoting Rome for jobs and for tourism for visiting. So we have utilized all forms of media to attract visitors to Rome.
How big is your staff? Are you the staff, or are there others working with you?
So we, in the administrative office, we have about 5 people in our office. But we also have the visitor centers. Right. So both of those are staffed, and the tennis. And we have the Roman Chariot service downtown. So we've got part-time staffers for that. And then, of course, the trolley service. Okay,
cool. Brandon, at Blue Pig, how do you market yourself?
We have an overall website. It's bluepigrome.com. And then both the Combat Market and Blue Pig have their own Facebook and Instagrams. Also, I don't know if it's still there, but we did a preservation project for the Area History Museum and had a little plaque on a project we did for them for a while. And actually that conjured up a lot of business for us.
You mentioned earlier, tell me about the Combat Market again. You mentioned it off the top.
Yeah, Combat Market is our actual retail location. Right. We sell stuff that we build, and then the veteran-owned companies and veteran-made merchandise.
And this is all primarily furniture, but is there anything else?
We carry Black Rifle Coffee, which is a national brand. It was founded by veterans. We carry Duke Cannon soaps and body washes, Doc Spartan first aid supplies, Recon rings, and several other brands that are all veteran-owned companies.
Fantastic. Bruce, Midian Roofing, what do you guys do obviously you've been around a long time and the brand is kind of entrenched in people's minds, but what else do you do to market yourself?
Well, that's, you say that, and that's obviously a great thing, but it's also, it's also a little bit of a barrier for us because people tend to think that we're too big for, small jobs, which is, definitely not the case. Like I said earlier, we do everything from small repairs to residential, commercial, industrial. And we do a lot of marketing. We do everything from Facebook to TikTok.
Bruce, have you done a TikTok dance yourself?
Actually, I have not. The gray hair prevents that, but we have some great folks here that look good on TikTok. So I'll let them handle that part.
The gray hair doesn't prevent it. You just you need to choose the right song.
Yeah, but that'd be a very slow song. I've seen what they do on TikTok.
I see you as a Sinatra or something.
There you go. So we have different strategies on the residential side. We have such a strong customer base that we get a lot of residential business simply from referrals, but we do direct marketing. But on the commercial side, commercial industrial, it's definitely direct marketing. It's just a different area to work in. And one of the amazing things is, our trucks are so recognizable that, it's one of those things you don't know you need a roof till you need a roof. And that's when you see a Midian truck go by. And so we're currently doing a billboard campaign. So we spend a lot of time and energy marketing it, and clearly it paid off.
Yeah, it's just interesting. That's one of the things I like about this podcast is hearing various strategies of what businesses do to market themselves based on their size and audience needs. Sometimes it's time of year. You'll really push here or there. Thomas, let's just kind of get final thoughts from you. Then I'll go around the room one more time to get contact information. Just thoughts from you about this group that we've assembled and how they are impactful with the chamber.
Yes, it was awesome to hear how everyone is market themselves. But the major key, to stay in the market for so many years, everybody's been around for a long time, is quality. You can spend thousands, millions of dollars in marketing campaign, and it's just a waste. But it's quality, it's service, it's your relationship to your customers, and that group proves that works, and that's initial. And nobody will recommend or refer you if you have bad service, or if you have a dirty table, or if your roof leaks after 2 weeks, or if you don't answer the phone or call back. So
especially if that all happens at one time, that would just be terrible.
Right. So quality is the key. So kudos to all of our members there. Noteworthy what's coming up from the chamber. Just keep in mind, chamber members, you probably know about the first and second draw of the SBA small business loan applications, PPP, opened up. So if you're not familiar with that, let us know. We can send you to the right people to get help there. And then next week, we have our technology square table, and we have somebody from the robotics department here from the Korean Academy, from the Floyd School Career Academy. So it's going to be interesting. And then in April, we just announced we have our one of our flagship events, which is Confluence. We bring Confluence back, which is a tech and innovative entrepreneurship symposium for one day. So that's what's brewing over here at the chamber.
All right. Thank you, Thomas. Okay. We'll go around the room one final time here quickly, just for contact information. Obviously, Denise, in your situation, you got a new Pic-O-Deli opening up March 1. We hope, they're at Riverside near the ballpark. But any other, phone number, website, how can people order online, pick up, drive through, whatever you want to talk about?
Okay. You can go to our website, Pic-O-Deli cafeteria.com. You can use that link to order. Also, it has our phone number and information. Unfortunately, the phone at Riverside is not working yet, but they're putting in the wiring today. So we should have it after today. But be checking on our website. All of that information will be on there and on our Facebook. Thank you to the Chamber of Commerce for setting this up. We appreciate it. And thank you, Roger, for having me.
Well, thank you for joining us. Nichole, contact information, social media, what have you. How would you like to have people get a hold of you?
Yeah, they can go online to my website, romehealthplanadvisors.com. You can get in to put a quote in so I can get you some information, or you can call me. I'm at 512 Riverside Parkway as well. So it's 706-622-2584. And thank you so much for having me as well, Roger. And thank you, Thomas, to the chamber.
Well, thank you for joining us. Susan, contact information for Maxair Mechanical, or how would you like people to follow you, things like that?
We have a website, www.maxairmech.com. You can call direct at 770-956-1200. Excuse me. And actually, you could get in touch with me through my email address, which is sMcDaniel@maxairmech.com. And we would love to hear from anyone.
Thank you,
Thank you so much for having me today.
Oh, thank you for joining us. Jamie Doss, Ameriprise.
My office is located at 1 South Broad Street, just across the South Broad Bridge on the left. My telephone number, 706-295-4008. And if you're ever in need of a second pair of eyes or just any type of financial help, I'm a personal financial advisor, and thank you for this opportunity.
Well, thank you for joining us, Jamie. I love it when the directions are so easy. You cross the bridge up from Broad. Isn't Rome great? Speaking of isn't Rome great, Kristi, how can people follow you guys at Rome Tourism?
Yeah, our social handle is at Rome Georgia on Facebook and Instagram. Our website is romegeorgia.org. Our Welcome Center is located on the hill across from Applebee's, and we have a lot of great information for locals and for visitors alike. If you need ideas on things to see and do, be a tourist in your hometown, call our Welcome Center. They are so friendly and so happy to help. You can reach them at 706-295-5576, or you can just stop in and say hi.
Yeah, it's funny you mentioned that, kind of along the staycation model. There's so much history around us that we don't even really know about, because when you grow up around it, you kind of take things for granted maybe. And so that would be an interesting approach as well.
You're right. There's a lot of tours that you can take on your own, and we will be offering tours soon coming this spring. So you're right. There are a lot of things you can do in your own town to learn about our history.
Exactly. Brandon, how can people get a hold of you guys at Blue Pig or follow you?
If you look up Blue Pig or Combat Market on Google, it'll give you all of our contact information. Our social media handles are at Blue Pig LLC and at Combat Market GA. We're also on the dealer locator on the Black Rifle Coffee website and on YouTube under Blue Pig LLC.
And your physical location is on Glen Milner?
We're at 202 Glen Milner. We are right in between Velocity Fitness and Chowbella Day Spa.
Okay. Bruce at Midian. Website, contact information. If people, they may not want to get a new roof, but you got to get a new roof.
Exactly. Well, of course, we're located at 3945 Alabama Highway. We are opening a new office soon that we hope to work with the chamber on for an opening sales office on Shorter Avenue. We look for that probably in the next 4 to 6 weeks, maybe, to be completed with that. Our phone number is 706-296-3085. Our website is MidianRoofing.com. Our TikTok is at Midian Roofing, and if we get enough likes, Roger and I will do a TikTok together. How about that, Roger?
No.
And by the way, Pic-O-Deli, I really look forward to them opening because I know they have an awesome new roof that we just put on for them. So we look forward to that.
Thomas, there go your connections. We're the connections are already here.
That's right.
If I were to ever do TikTok, I would have to do Elvis Presley because that's my personal favorite. Even though he's
there you go. We'll come up with something. I'm sure.
I digress, but I'm going to tell you how old I am. In the early '70s, I was a little boy, and Dad took us to go see Elvis at the Omni. So I saw Elvis Presley live in concert when he was still skinny. Burning Love had just come out, and so my musical taste got formed as a little boy. But anyway, I digress. Thank you so much, everybody, for joining us. Thomas, great group you assembled. Good luck to everybody the rest of the year here, and we appreciate your time. It's been great. This has been a fantastic show. As always, you've been listening to the Rome Floyd Chamber Small Business Spotlight. We have been broadcasting from the Hardy Realty Studios, and we work in cooperation with the Rome News Tribune. I am Roger Manus. Thank you for listening.